Good morning, church. Welcome to this week's second glance at the text. Today we're going to take a look at John chapter 7. Now, in worship this morning, you were with us and we looked at the idea that Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who are thirsty." But we're going to back it up a little bit here for our second glance, and we're going to start in chapter 7, verse 1, and we're going to look through verse 20. 24 is really the key verse, and into verse 25. Now, I got to lay a little bit of context for you. It's been a year since Jesus healed the man who was by the pool of Bethsaida in chapter 5. And this was also the Feast of Booths. In between was Jesus feeding the multitudes in chapter 6. And now a full year later, after Jesus has upset the authorities by healing the man who was lame during the Feast of the Booths, and claiming really what they're mad at. They're fuming because a year ago when Jesus was in town, he claimed that he was equal with God and doing the work of God. And that if he stopped doing the work of God, then the creative, preserving power of God would stop itself. So he made some huge claims a year ago. And because of that, now they want to kill him. Well, who are the they? Who are the scripture is going to use a couple of different groups. In chapter 7, when it talks about the Jews. One, there are those who are living in Jerusalem, the people of Jerusalem. They are part of that. There is a group who are the leaders, the Sanhedrin, mostly the Pharisees and the chief priests. Now, in Israel's day, they weren't autonomous. They were under the oppression and the rule of Rome. So even though there was only one chief priest, what Rome would do is every year, so that nobody amassed power, they made Israel rotate who their chief priests were. So there's only one chief priest that year, but all of those who had been a chief priest in the past were given this kind of informal authority by the Jews to be part of the ruling class. So we have, in this one group of Jews then, we have the Pharisees who love their traditions. They love their law, and we're going to see their arrogance in the text today. We've got also then those pilgrims who have come into the area for the Feasts of Booths, which we talked about in worship this morning. Now, there has become great division among the Jews. What do we do with this Jesus? Who is this Jesus? What role does he play in our kingdom? And it really is highlighted by this question, who is this man? Who is he? He speaks with great authority. He's done many signs. We're going to see that there are folks who look at him and go, "Are you kidding me? He's got to be the Messiah." The Messiah, if he came, would he do any more than this guy has done, than Jesus has done? And then we're going to have others that are going to look at Jesus and go, "Yeah, but he's not what we thought he would be. He's not from Bethlehem. He's from Galilee. He's from Nazareth even." Of course, they don't know where he was born. They don't know the birth story, which Matthew and Luke give us. They are looking only at what they can see, only at the appearances they know. They know he hasn't studied under any rabbis. They know that he has challenged the traditions of the people of God that the Pharisees created. They know that he has healed on the Sabbath. They know that he has made these outrageous, in their mind, claims to be the Son of God, to be equal with God. And so they're looking at all these things going, this is not what we think the Messiah is going to look like. Therefore, this is not the Messiah. And so the division that's created amongst the people about Jesus is really fueled on their expectations and their opinions. So we're going to drill down in the text today. And I want you to try to figure out, how can we today, how can we apply this concept of rightly judging or rightly discerning? How can we know what the will of God is? to make decisions in our lives today. So look at the text. See what the actual words of the text are. Then interpret the text and apply the text. Let's find out today, how can we rightly discern the things in front of us and not be fooled by appearances and our traditions and our opinions. Have fun, enjoy your time together, and enjoy this second glance at the text.